this Pokemon.
Whalmer.
I fucking love it.
It's so happy.
It's a fucking whale. I love it.
Yep. And it evolves into Whalelord, which is one of the biggest fucking Pokemon in the entire series.
It's a freaking blimp, and I love him.
You know it can breed with Skitty?
Oh, ew, ew, ew. I hate that. I hate this Pokemon. Thanks a lot. You ruined this for me.
They have like an exceptionally high like breeding percentage.
Ew, that's fucked. Ew.
Whoever programmed that did that on purpose. I swear.
I hate them for doing that.
But it's literally a blimp.
It's a whale. It's a big ass whale.
What's funny though is Whalmer isn't that big, but then it evolves into fucking Whalelord.
Yeah.
One of the fucking biggest Pokemon in the entire series.
I mean,
although it's hard to tell via the actual in-game model or sprites.
I mean, it is a whale though, so it makes
the
sense.
float whale Pokemon, and its Japanese name is Wallo.
I like it.
Hey guys, I'm Bill, also known as the Barbecue Games on Instagram.
And I'm Alex, his sister, who brings only chaos.
And together we are the Gaming and Collecting Podcast, a mostly video game centered podcast.
But half the time, we just talk about anime.
And that collecting thing, well, that's mostly just an implication at best.
So come along and enjoy us on this adventure
as we discuss the games that shaped us. So, how you been?
I've been good. This week has been very busy. It was also one of those weeks where it's like every day I was like, is it Friday? And everyone's like, it's not Friday. And I was like, I wish it was Friday.
Yep. But it's still not Friday.
But I don't know. It wasn't bad. It was just like, I don't know. I'm just so tired this week. I don't know. But everyone I've talked to has kind of been saying they've had the same week, so I don't feel bad.
Yeah. Yep, well. It's Thursday.
It is. It's Thursday.
And we're recording on Thursday because, well, let's just say I don't have a job right now.
Well, yes, but
kind of.
There's plenty of jobs out there in your field, so regardless.
I'm still technically employed, but not really.
But
so.
You're not getting paid, so.
No, that sucks.
So, but there's other jobs out there, so you just gotta start looking. But I know you'll find something pretty fast, so no need to worry.
Yep. But yeah, so my week's sucked. But other than that,
yeah.
Anything new happen in your world?
Not really. I mean, like, I've kind of been lazy this week. I've been watching. What anime did I watch? Oh, I rewatched the Sword Hero, Rising of the Sword Hero, Shield Hero, not Sword, Shield Hero. Because season 2 is coming out of that soon. I've been reading the One Piece manga. Because I saw spoilers for what was happening with the newest chapters, and I was like, now I need to read this, so I've been reading that, because it's sick what's happening right now. Yeah, and the next chapter comes out tomorrow, so woohoo! Yeah, right now I'm watching Black Clover, because I haven't, I don't know, I just was in a mood, and I was like, you know what, Black Clover sounds nice, so I started rewatching that, but I'm skipping around certain episodes because there's some sections where I'm like, man, so I've been bouncing around. Sorry, I yawned. I'm trying to think. Really? Well, my cat keeps hissing at herself in the mirror, so that's fun. It's pretty funny now, though, because, like, it's always in the same spots. And, it's so hilarious where she'll jump up, like, I have my makeup table that has, like, this, my makeup desk that has this big mirror with lights on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she pops up there all the time. And every time she hops up there, she forgets the mirror is there and just goes, like, it hisses at herself, and it's hilarious. So I'm just laughing at her at this point. But I'm hoping she stops eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, though, like, nothing really spectacular happened. I brought my Mustang out. That happened.
Yes, I saw that. I did think of a game to talk about.
Oh?
The One Piece game. I can't wait for it. One Piece Odyssey, the new RPG. Oh my god, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm so excited.
Yeah. It did look cool.
Yeah. Bill said it looked cool, which means... And he's the barber who games, so... If he says it looks cool, then it has to be cool. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play it. Ah!
Yeah.
One Piece and RPGs. Two things I love.
I have a project for after the podcast is done too. I finally cleaned out the cup holder on my truck because that's where I put all my change from getting coffee or other things on the way.
Yep.
But whenever I'm out. Well, I finally cleaned that out because I haven't cleaned it out since the fall.
Yep.
So I have this massive pile of change now that I've got to sort through and roll up and count. So that'll be fun.
Well, speaking of coffee, do you have the Dunkin' app?
No.
You should get it. Ever since I started using it again, I've gotten 4 free coffees.
I'll have to look into
Yeah,
it.
I mean, all you do is it's just kind of you upload money to it, and then you pay through the app, and you can order ahead and stuff, or you can just have them scan your barcode. But I've just there's one down the street from my work, so I walk to it during my lunch breaks if I'm feeling some Dunkin', and I've gotten 4 free coffees, and it's been what? It's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, I totally recommend it, especially where you go to Dunkin' almost every day. You'd probably get a ton of free coffees, so might as well try it.
Yep.
We aren't sponsored or anything. I just really liked it, and I got free coffees, so I wanted to share it with Bill. Or if any of you guys like Dunkin' too and aren't using it, get some free coffees.
And then there's those people in those states that don't have Dunkin' and they're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, we're from New England. We like to drink iced coffee in the dead of winter.
Yeah, we do.
Yep, and we enjoy every second of it.
Yeah. So, are you drinking anything today?
Yeah. I'm drinking a Cayman Jack margarita in the bottled variety.
Nice. I got you addicted to those, didn't I?
They're really good.
Oh.
I like them.
Well, I have a Shoveltown Brewery.
Oh.
Black Brook.
Oh.
Blackberry Sour.
Wow. Wow.
It's local.
Wow. Amazing. Is it good?
But other than that, yeah, it's okay.
It's alright.
It's a sour ale or sour beer. I'm trying to think. Other than that, nothing too crazy happened. Well, I mean, the slap that happened, the slap that was heard around the world happened.
Oh yeah.
This week.
I saw all the memes.
That was
and
something.
that was pretty hilarious.
I just saw everyone. I just saw all the people on Twitter harassing that podcaster.
Oh yeah, that poor guy who has the username.
He's getting so much attention from this and followers for it, so it probably was helping him in the long run.
Oh, true.
And he's being a good sport about it.
Well,
so.
yeah, I mean, in that case, it's not they're talking to you, they're literally talking to Will Smith, the actor. So.
Yeah, but just the majority of people on Twitter have one combined brain cell sometimes, so.
Oh yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
Deductive reasoning isn't their strong point.
No.
But anyways. So on to our topic.
Yes.
We're returning to our ongoing series now.
Yes.
Where we're going to talk about every single Pokemon ever created.
Wow.
And last time we left off, we finished the Johto Pokédex,
Yes.
and we ended up around. I believe Celebi was the final Pokemon we talked about.
I'm looking at it now. It was.
Okay, so moving on now, we're going to move on to Generation 3, Ruby and Sapphire games.
Woo!
Two of probably... So Gen 3 is by far my favorite gen of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the first real, like, the Game Boy Advance era, so we had like the detailed sprites in-game, and the Pokemon actually looked like what they were supposed to look like. So, this one brings back a lot of fond memories for me.
I will say counterpoint. I've never played Ruby or Sapphire, so none of these Pokemon.
No, but you have played Omega Ruby, and so.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I kind of forgot about that game, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's okay, the
so
same Pokemon,
I guess I have played it. I totally wasn't making that connection, so I guess I do have some connection to this game, and I'll be relearning it. But I literally came into this thinking, I was like, nope, I don't know who any of these Pokemon are. But
no,
like,
you definitely played Omega Ruby, so
okay, womp womp, I forgot.
But anyways, so I guess starting now with Pokemon number 251. Or no, 252.
Mm-hmm.
Trico.
Trico.
The first form of my favorite Pokemon of all time.
The wood gecko Pokemon.
Yep. So Trico. I like this Pokemon. I'm kind of biased. This is my Bulbasaur in terms of how Alex feels.
Yeah. It's just your favorite. I get it. He's cute.
He is, but he's also pretty badass, especially like the one that Ash had in the anime, which was just like didn't give a fuck at all about anything.
Yep.
Like he was pretty cool. It always just lounged on like a tree branch and just had like a friggin' twig in its mouth because it was like a bro up there.
I mean, I don't blame him.
But he's pretty useful. He's the reason why I picked the grass type every playthrough, just because I have so many fond memories with this guy.
I get it. He's my Bulbasaur. Well, he's your version of my Bulbasaur.
And I like that it was a different design, because Bulbasaur and Chikorita were both kind of like bipedal, four-legged creatures.
Yeah, and this guy was like a cool little lizard boy.
He's a gecko.
Yeah, he's cute.
And he evolves into...
And he sells you car insurance.
Yeah. But he evolves into Grovyle, who is essentially, he's bigger and he's got sick hair.
He does have sick hair. I will say. All he needs is like a samurai sword, and then he'd be like your stereotypical historical anime character.
I always just liked his whole smug look, too. Like, he's like, yeah.
He does look
I'm
real.
badass.
Juptile is his Japanese name. I kind of like that.
I like how he's...
Juptile.
Yeah, I still like how he's still the wood gecko Pokemon regardless.
Yeah.
No, but I always dug I mean, I like what I like about Gen 3 is a lot of like the mid evolutions kind of make sense. Because then we can move on to his final form, which is Sceptile, which is my all-time favorite Pokemon.
Oh, Sceptile's cool. Oh yeah, he has a Mega Evolution too.
He does.
I like his Mega Evolution style.
Well, it's basically just his regular evolution, only a bit extra.
Yeah. Well, he's got some bite marks in him, like some little munches.
And he's got some extra spikes and stuff. Yeah. And I like how the
and he's showing his butt. No.
he's got a tree for a tail.
Yeah, because he's Trico.
But I always remember well, what's funny is his first two forms are the wood gecko Pokemon, and then his final form is the forest Pokemon.
Oh, you know what's funny? I like remember when I was in Japan and I would play like the Pokemon tournament game, like arcade cabinet. I would pick Trico all the time. I mean, Sceptile all the time. He was like one of the...
he's just badass.
Yeah, he was one of the really good ones in that game.
Well, his signature move is Leaf Blade, which is like one of my favorite
Oh
moves in
yeah.
like the series
Oh yeah.
because it's really strong and it's super fast and it's like wicked useful for like pretty much all of the game.
Oh yeah. Whenever I have a grass type, if they can get Leaf Blade, I give them Leaf Blade. It's just
Oh
the
yeah,
best move.
and the one, and I always remember the anime too because it was like one of Ash's like best Pokemon. But he like, of course, Ash being Ash always gives up all his Pokemon at the end of the season.
Yeah, because he sucks. Fuck you, Ash.
Well, the end of the series, anyways.
Fuck you,
when
Ash.
he finishes the gen.
Yeah.
But I remember because Sceptile came back in like the Diamond and Pearl arc for one of the tournament fights, and it actually defeated a Darkrai, which was pretty badass. Yeah, but if I have the ability to get one, there is always a Sceptile on my team, regardless of the game. Like I actually, my current Heart Gold playthrough I'm doing, I actually like got to the point where I could trade, and then I went into like So I saw I had one migrated over from Emerald version into my Diamond and Pearl playthrough, and then I just I breeded one in a Diamond and Pearl, hatched the egg, and I traded over the Trico over to my Heart Gold playthrough. So now I have one in Heart Gold.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that Mega Sceptile is a grass dragon.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
That's like my two favorite types, like in one. So.
That's pretty sick.
But anyways, we're gonna move away from my bias, and we're gonna move on now to the fire type for this gen, Torchic.
He's a chicken. He's a little chicken.
So Torchic's adorable.
He's so cute. I remember.
I always remember too, because May had one in the anime.
Yeah, I also remember. I don't remember what game it was, but you gave me one during one of the games, and I remember I had it and I leveled it up. I think it was my original Diamond and Pearl playthrough because I think I was super overpowered because I also had that. We had those cheats, and I had like the rare candy cheat, and then like the Master Ball cheat. So I think I leveled up the Torchic super fast, but because of that, it like didn't like me and it didn't listen to me.
Oh yeah, because it was traded.
Yeah.
Because if you trade a Pokemon and you don't have enough gym badges, that won't listen to you.
It took forever for him to listen to me.
Yeah. Now I like Torchic though. It's a cool, decent little fire type. It's got a nice design too. Like it's literally the chick Pokemon. It's a fire chicken.
Yeah, it's so cute.
And then Torchic evolves into Combuskin.
Which that's a nice pun. I will say the puns are very great for the Torchic series of Pokemon.
And its Japanese name is Wakashiyamo.
Yeah.
And this was the first of a trend that some fans are split on, but
the firefighting?
Combuskin, the firefighting type, which I like for this gen, but I will admit it got kind of stale by like the fourth time they did it. In a row. But anyways, so moving on now to the third form is Blaziken.
Blaziken. Da-da-da-da. He's pretty cool.
Who is he's got a pretty badass look to him.
He does.
Mega Blaziken's okay too. It's a little busier. I like the top half, not so much the bottom.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I feel like the black was too much. I feel like even if it was like they made it like the white to match like the fur, like the fluff on the top, I feel like it would have looked a little more appealing. But yeah,
I think it's mostly the It's also the fact that he doesn't really change up anything, like to add, like, style or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I prefer his normal versus his mega.
No, but overall, like, solid Pokemon for the time. Definitely a good fighter. Like,
oh yeah.
This is arguably, we'll be getting into it the next one, but this is arguably like one of the last gens where I like all three of the starters equally.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But moving on from Blaziken, now we get to the water type for the gen. Mudkip.
He's so cute.
The memes have already begun, but
Mudkip's so cute.
Mudkip is, I will say the mohawk is a little awkward.
I think when I did my Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby playthrough, I believe I did Mudkip.
You did a Mudkip
I
run.
did. He's so cute.
The Mudfish Pokemon.
Actually,
He's got a solid design. Like the starters always have like really well done like looks.
yeah. Actually, I have no idea
And-
if I did Mudkip. I think I did, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it now.
But Mudkip evolves into Marshtomp,
Marshtomp.
who I'm not gonna lie, Marshtomp's a little doofy.
I kind of like it though. I kind of like how dude.
It's not a bad design, but he's a little bit too happy,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure about his face
I like it.
protrusions.
I like it. I think he looks cute.
He has a water ground though, which is an interesting. It makes sense the Mudfish Pokemon type. But he then evolves into Swampert, and I like Swampert.
Swampert's cool. I like him.
I don't like Mega.
What do you mean? He's just swole. He just became
Yeah,
swole.
it's a little. And he lost his neck.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you become swole, Bill. Just kidding.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I prefer his
I-
normal design. The only Mega Evolution I liked was Trico's, but even then.
Sceptile.
Also, did you notice that on these starters, the gender ratio, all of them, it's like 85% male and like 12% female. Did you notice that?
Well, that's a thing with pretty much every starter.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, all the starters have like getting a female starter is incredibly
I
rare.
think I had a female Bulbasaur.
You got really lucky.
Yeah.
Because it is a very low chance. Like I got one I did a playthrough of Emerald years ago. It's incredibly crap. Like I wouldn't recommend watching it, but I actually got a female Sceptile in that playthrough.
Interesting.
I think I named it after you.
Well, you did? Wow.
Well, because I was naming them after friends at the time.
Wow. Well, at least I was the best. So, you know.
Yeah. You're also the only person I'm still friends with. From that group, but, yeah. But anyways. So now moving on. Now we're going to get into actual Pokemon. The non-starters from this gen. And the first one we have is Poochyena.
Yep.
It's a dog.
Well, it's like a hyena.
Kinda, in a sense.
Well, I think that's what they were going with the hyena.
Yeah.
So, like, dog, hyena kind of thing.
The bite Pokemon.
Bark, bark, bark.
I like Poochyena.
I think he's cute.
I usually always have one in my party every playthrough.
Oh, really?
So.
Oh, he's dark, right?
Well, yeah. Well, particularly for his evolved form, Mightyena,
Oh.
which is an angry dog, an angrier
He
dog.
looks like he listens to My Chemical Romance.
A little.
Yeah, or Kiss.
I like having a dark type in Gen 3 every now and then.
I like him. I think he's cool.
He's got a cool design. He's decently useful.
I think someone should do an animation of him headbanging. I would appreciate it.
I like his 3D design in the remakes too. He's just a solid looking Pokemon. But then moving on from him, now we get Zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon? I like the
Yeah.
Galarian Zigzagoons.
Well, yeah, he's different. He's just different colors.
Yeah, he's so cool. But he's also dark and Galarian.
Yeah.
I like his Galarian
See,
design so much better.
This is. I don't like these things just because you see them way too much in the damn game. They're basically the Rattatas of
The
this
Rattata
generation,
of this gen.
and they evolve into Linoon,
Linoon.
which is like a
Skunk.
sloth-looking thing.
Skunky Sloth. The rushing Pokemon.
Yeah. I never use them.
No,
No, I just not a fan of Zigzagoon.
I've never
I have a
used
weird
them
bias.
either. I do like the Galarian versions, though. I think the Galarians are cooler.
Now, So moving on to the next one. So,
I like
well,
Wurmple.
Zigzagoon was essentially the Rattata of this generation. Wurmple was the I guess the Caterpie of this generation.
Honestly, I like Wurmple better than Caterpie. He just looks cooler.
Wurmple's
I like his
nice.
design better. I just think...
So a thing about Wurmple is a Gen 3 Pokemon, but I swear you see them more in Gen 4. Because like they're all over the place in Gen 4, I swear.
I like Wurmple. I like his...
But so Wurmple itself it's a bug Pokemon. It's not particularly useful.
He's a worm.
What makes Wurmple very interesting is it has two different evolution chains which it can go down.
Which is why I like Wurmple.
The first, so it's funny because Wurmple is basically just Caterpie and Weedle combined in a sense.
Yeah, so it's kind of taking those, but then making them into one, where it splits instead.
Yeah. So the first of its two evolution changes is Silcoon.
Yes.
It's basically a white spiky cocoon.
Yep.
It's a cocoon. It uses Harden.
And that's about it.
Yeah, it's string shot. You know.
Yep. The usual.
Not much going on there, but Silcoon evolves into Beautifly, which is this game's version of Butterfree.
I
Essentially.
love Beautifly. He's such a cutie. Look at him.
So another thing about Gen 3 was Gen 3 was also the generation that introduced contests.
Yep.
So there was a lot of like generally like kind of like just attractive looking Pokemon in this game, for the sake of like contests, because you want to have like
beautiful Pokemons for beautiful
cute like attractive Pokemon for the contest, because they were more about like style and pizzazz rather than combat.
Yep.
But so Beautifly, I prefer Butterfree just because of nostalgia, but Beautifly is pretty nice too.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, we have Cascoon.
I also like this line as well. I like both of these bug types.
Now, Cascoon is the same spiky cocoon, only it's purple and it has a more edgy looking eye.
Yeah. He's edgelord.
And Cascoon evolves into Dustox.
I really like Dustox's design.
A moth.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite things
moth.
in the anime, in the anime, I remember because May had a Beautifly and Jessie had a Dustox.
Yep.
And they both cut Wurples because they both wanted Beautiflies. And Jessie ended up with the Dustox, but when it evolved into the Dustox, she ended up being so in denial that she still thought it was the most beautiful thing ever. But I do like Dustox. I like that they're different designs overall.
Me too, and I kind of like that they purposely made them like so different. But then there is some things that are similar, like kind of like the wings, like have like circular patterns as well.
I like how one is a butterfly and one's a moth.
Yeah.
Like it's a different like it's a style I like, which is cool.
I like it.
And then moving on from here, we get another one of my personal favorites. Lotad.
Lotad. I've never used this Pokemon.
I use Lotad in every place.
Oh, really?
Well, only in Sapphire and Emerald, because you can't get him in Ruby.
Oh, okay. I like him. It's fun.
He's basically a derpy lily pad.
Yeah. There's a lot of derpy looking ones so far.
Yeah. And he's the water weed Pokemon.
The water weed. Hell yeah.
But he's also a water grass type, which is an interesting combo.
Ooh, I like that. There's a lot of combos so far, too.
But Lotad evolves into Lumbre. Lumbre's a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not my favorite design, but I realize what his evolved form is, and I love it, and I love that you have this every playthrough.
No, but yeah, so Lumbre is essentially the lily pad's the same, but his body underneath kind of grows into an actual body.
Yeah.
It's the pronounced lower like lip that bothers me a little.
Wait, that's a lip?
Yeah, that's his mouth.
That's his mouth?
Yeah, the pink's kind of like the top part, and then the blue is the
Or is
bottom.
the pink supposed to be like his mouth is open?
No, the pink's that's the upper lip, and then the
Oh! Oh, I hate that. I don't like
yeah, it's not a great
Maybe
look.
it's also the angle of the image. Yeah, I'm not a fan of
Yeah,
this
it's
design.
his art. It looks better like when it animates, but he's the jolly Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm looking at like a photo below that shows it's Brock's Lombre. Yeah, and it does look decenter when it's animated, but still not my favorite.
So and then it evolves into Ludicolo,
Fuck
the
yeah!
carefree Pokemon.
That I love that that's on your team every time.
I love Ludicolo. He's literally a somewhat stereotypical Pokemon.
Yeah, wouldn't fly. Is he not in as many games now, or was he like Redcon?
No, you could still. He's still in every
Okay.
game.
I wasn't sure if he was like got Redcon or something.
He's got a sombrero.
He's great. I like him.
I love how he's the carefree Pokemon, and he's also in Japan. He's known as Run Papa.
Run, Papa! Oh, that's really cute. I really like that. Aw, that's adorable.
My favorite too is Brock had one in the anime,
Yeah.
and the way it evolved is it literally stole some other trainer's water stone.
That's fucking hilarious. Ah, that's hilarious.
Which is hilarious. So Brock had a weird tendency of his Pokemon stealing other of evolution items from trainers to evolve, because his Poliwhirl evolved into Polito because it stole Ash's King's Rock.
Oh, that's hilarious. Whoops.
Brock's Pokemon are just thieves.
Or Brock's a thief.
But anyways, so after Ludicolo, now we get Seedot.
It's an acorn.
It's an acorn, grass type. There's a lot of grass types in Gen
There
3,
is.
I've noticed. So odd thing about Gen 3, there is a ton of grass types. There's not a lot of fire types in this gen.
Huh.
So if you don't pick Blaziken, you're
Gonna have a hard time.
very limited, let's just say.
Alright.
But moving on from Ludicolo, then we have... Well, no, moving on from Seedot, then we have Nuzleaf.
I don't like his design. I don't like how he has nipples. I don't like that. It's weird.
Okay.
I just noticed it. Why did they do that? It's a Pokemon.
I'm glad that's where your eyes were directed.
Well, first I was looking at the weird, the things on his legs that don't look right. And then I was trying to avoid that, and then I saw the nips. And I was like, I hate this Pokemon. It looks awful.
He's a very in the middle design. Because
It's awful.
Nuzleaf immediately evolves into Shiftry.
Okay, I don't hate that. That's pretty neat.
So Shiftry is interesting because he's angry like 24/7, but he also has leaves for hands.
He's edgy.
Maybe that's why he's angry. Maybe that's why he's angry, because he has leaves
he's
for
like,
hands.
I don't have any thumbs.
How can I pick anything up when all I have is leaves?
Yep.
But I rarely ever use Shiftry, mostly just because my team usually in Gen 3 already has 2 grass types as it is.
Yeah, and a dark type if you have the dog.
And a dark type. So I have really no reason ever to use Shiftry, but I don't hate him. He's not a bad looking Pokemon from a
I don't
design.
hate his final design, but I hate his middle design.
Alex is not a fan of Nuzleaf.
It looks wrong. It doesn't look right.
Well, anyways, moving on now, we get Talo.
I don't.
So this is the bird of this generation, because every generation has a
I
bird.
don't like his face.
Yeah, this isn't the best. This isn't the best. The official image isn't a great render for Talo.
It's very It kind of looks like It kind of looks
It
like
looks
a
like
Sonic.
Donald Duck. If
I was gonna say
it looks like Donald
Sonic
Duck if he got stepped on.
It has Sonic
Being
eyes.
the dynamite.
It has Sonic eyes.
Man, maybe a
A
little.
little bit. It has Sonic-esque eyes.
So, what's interesting about Talo, as opposed to like either Pidgey compared to like Pidgey is Tailo only has two forms, so it goes directly from Tailo to its evolved form, Swellow.
Oh, this kind.
I really like Swellow. Swellow's always on my team.
Swallow looks a lot nicer than his first design.
Well, the other one's like a baby form, and then this is like the full-grown form.
Yep.
I'm a sucker for like the generic like bird Pokemon at the start of every gen.
No, they're cool.
And I really Swallow out of all of them, Swellow's my favorite one.
Huh.
I just like the design. It looks badass.
I like this design. It's not my favorite bird Pokemon though. But we'll talk about my favorite
fair.
later on.
Yeah.
In a future episode.
But anyways, then moving on, then we get the alternate bird for this generation.
Which became a very generic bird in the future generations.
Yes. We get Wingull, which is essentially a seagull.
Yeah. That's
but it
basic.
is a what?
It is water type.
It is.
Water.
Yeah, it's a water flying type, which is different. So it does at least it's different than Swallow. But Wingull evolves into Pepler.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Which is such a doofy looking.
I love how this is the generation of doof. Like they just made a lot of derpy Pokemons.
And I love how Pepler's Japanese name is Pepler.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
The water bird.
So doofy.
He's living his good life.
He is, and he's in like every single game after this. So he's been doing great.
Other than like Gen 5, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like Pepler. Pepler's a cool design. I never use him though. All right, now we get to one of the more iconic Pokemon from this generation.
Yes.
Ralts.
I didn't have this Pokemon on my team during this generation, but I always try to, if I can, in the future generations, because I love its evolved form designs. They're so cool.
Yeah. One of them we won't even get to till
later yeah, on, true. I forgot.
So Ralts is always it's funny because Ralts, when I hear his name, I immediately think of that old YouTuber Nalts for some reason.
All right.
I don't know why that just comes into my head.
No, I mean like there's things like that. I like it. He's like a little shy guy. He's shy.
The feeling Pokemon. He's also the Pokemon that you have to help Wally catch. The quote-unquote rival for this game.
Oh yeah, I named him. Oh wait, no, I don't know what I named him.
I don't think you can name Wally.
Oh shit.
But anyways, so Ralts evolves into Curlia.
Yeah.
Which is just a more feminine, I guess, looking version.
Well, it's kind of like a ballet. Like it looks like they're doing ballet.
Well, it's funny because Ralts and Curlia have a 50-50 shot of being male or female. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because we move on, then we get to the final form of Gardevoir.
Yes.
Which is a very feminine-looking Pokemon.
Yes.
Even though it can be both male and female. But it's interesting because there is we won't get to it now, but there is another evolution that this Pokemon gets in a later gen.
Yes.
I like the Mega Evolution.
I love the Mega Evolution. This is probably one of my favorite Mega Evolution designs.
I'm not sure about the placement of those two.
Well,
things, but
I mean, it technically is in like the same spot as it was before. But I just think this is so pretty. The Mega Evolution is so pretty.
I like how it's like a ball gown kind of dress.
It's so pretty, like a princess. I love it.
I like Gardevoir though. Good psychic type. Later, I guess it was later retconned into also being a fairy type.
Yeah, it definitely. When I played Sword and Shield, I had a Gardevoir on my team, and they were fairy, and it was very helpful. I really like this one.
No,
very pretty.
No, moving on. Now we get.
I have no memory of this one.
Yeah, I don't use it.
Wow.
It's a water bug.
Huh. Yeah.
That's That's neat, I guess.
Yeah, I have no memory of this. Wow. Huh.
I don't use it. But it evolves into
Okay, I have memory of this.
Mescurian?
Oh, that's weird how it goes from like water bug to flying bug.
Yeah.
It's also the eyeball Pokemon, and I don't like that.
So I never used this.
No, me either.
So if I'm going to use a bug type in this gen, it's probably going to be Beautifly or Dustox.
Yeah, probably for me, Dustox, because I like the poison.
I see a lot of... this feels like a Pokemon that was meant for, like, contests and stuff.
I get that.
Yeah, but I don't generally use it, ever.
Nope, me either.
But then moving on, we also get Shroomish.
It's a Goomba.
it's a
It's a Goomba.
derpy-looking mushroom.
It's a Goomba.
The mushroom Pokemon.
Exactly, a Goomba. Or a Toad.
I love his just like frumpy face.
It's just like, I hate my fucking life. I'm a fucking mushroom.
Another grass type too. There's a lot of grass. I'm surprised it's not a poison type as well.
Yeah. Especially because it has poison abilities.
Yeah.
And it's a mushroom.
But yeah. But Shroomish evolves into Burloom.
Oh. Which is fighting?
I like Burloom's design.
Yeah.
It looks like a kangaroo mixed with a mushroom.
It also looks nothing like Shroomish. Which I've seen this one before, and I've seen that one before, and I never made the connection that these two were the same evolution.
That's fair. They don't always seem to work together.
Yeah, I've never made that connection.
I like Shroomish, but it's not a Pokemon I really ever use because grass types. I already have 2 on my team.
There really is a ton of grass types in this game.
There is. There's a, but it's like how there's a shitload of bug types in Gen 2 for no reason.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Woo!
And we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. So, the next Pokemon on the list is Slackoth.
And as I just told Bill, I have no recollection of this Pokemon.
Yeah, I rarely ever use Slackoth. It's the Slacker Pokemon. It's a normal type. I don't really use normal types to begin with.
Me either. I don't use normal types either.
But it eventually evolves into Vigoroth, which is a slightly edgy... It reminds me of Mankey from Gen 1.
It does. But it's not fighting or anything. It's just, normal. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I no recollection of this one either.
So, the only form from this generation that I remember vividly is the final form, Slaking.
Oh. Okay, I remember this. And I wish I did. Because I hate it.
Okay, so it literally it reminds me. It's like if Snorlax was like laying in like a draw me like one of your French girls pose.
I hate it. No, don't compare this to Snorlax. Snorlax is a superior Pokemon. This thing is horrible, and I hate it.
It's
Kill it.
lazy.
I hate it. Burn it with fire. No.
The lazy Pokemon.
No. Burn it.
I only remember because in the game your dad has one in his party.
Well, your dad should leave because I hate him.
This is the only gen where you have a dad.
And I see why it was the only one, because it had that with him.
Wonderful. But anyways, moving on from slacking, I never use one, so I don't have much to say.
Me either. I hate it.
We have Nincada.
Also, no recollection.
Like a bug-looking thing.
Yeah.
It's bug ground, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess it's a bug.
I don't really ever use, as I said in the Gen 2 episode, the only bug type I ever use is Heracross. And yeah, this one's not really on my list, although its evolved form Ninjask.
Yeah.
It's like a ninja bug.
It kind of looks like the Power Rangers, like the Ninja Power Rangers. I don't know why. Like it looks like
See,
a drone.
What bugs me is it loses what makes it unique, and it just becomes another bug flying type.
Yeah.
But then that
really reminds me of Power Rangers for some reason. I don't know why. Oh.
Yeah, and then there's a final form, which apparently
Bug Ghost. I guess it dies.
So it's considered a special evolution of Nincada.
Oh, okay. Where it dies?
Yeah, this one's kind of confusing. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
I've never used one of these, so I've never actually looked into how it works.
Me either.
I'll have to look into this in the future because this is interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with not knowing. It's not my favorite design.
But moving on, then we have Wishmere.
Huh. I don't like its face.
So you'll see a lot of these just in caves or from like trainers that you fight throughout the game.
Yeah.
It's another normal type, so it's another thing I don't use ever.
Yeah, I don't like its face.
It eventually evolves into Loudred, though.
I also don't like his face.
No, he's just throwing a temper tantrum. It looks like.
I don't really like when they like draw like their little dingle dangles in their throat showing. I'm not a fan of that. What's that called?
The uvula.
Yeah, I don't like when they. I just I'm not a fan of that. It's
well,
not
his final form is Expaloud.
Well, I don't like that, but I'm glad the uvula is showing. It kind of looks like a dinosaur.
It's loud looking, that's for sure.
I feel like if they made this a dragon, it would be cooler.
So what I noticed with this isn't one of those Pokemon that I swear like all the generic trainers seem to have for some reason. It's the only time in the game I ever see the thing.
Yeah, not a fan. I wouldn't use this Pokemon series.
No, it's not one of my
I
personal
didn't trust
favorites
its
either.
eyes from the very beginning, and now that I'm looking at it with its gross mouth someone could walk into, I'm good.
Yeah, but anyways, moving on, then we get Makuhita.
Oh.
It's a fighting type sumo. It's basically a sumo wrestler.
That's pretty cute.
In training.
I kind of like it. He's pretty cute.
I like it, other than that, I don't like the fact that it looks like the top of his head is tied together, and if you untied it, his entire skin would come off.
Oh. Dark.
Well, that's what it looks like.
No, yeah, I see it. I see what you're saying. They kind of ruined it for me. Thanks a lot.
It's kind of...
You know what makes it worse, though, too, as you say that? It's the guts Pokemon. So now all I'm thinking about is you untie it and there's its fucking guts. Ugh, I hate it.
No, but you know what it also looks like? It also kind of looks like a Pikachu in a sense.
Like
yellow with the
like a
red
Pikachu
teeth.
that just decided that instead of being electric, he was just gonna fight. Fight
Yeah.
ya.
But Pikachu... yeah, Pikachu. Makuhita evolves into... Hariyama.
I never made that connection. This is definitely one of the ones where it does not look like what it originally evolved from.
No, not really. But I do like this Pokemon from a design standpoint.
No, I like it too. I like that it's very... I've noticed, especially too with that grass Pokemon in the beginning that was dark. I forget what it was. I've noticed there's a lot of ones that are inspired by like Japanese culture, which is very nice to see. Because the grass dark one we were talking about, where I didn't like its middle evolution.
Nuzleaf and
I noticed that it was wearing.
name, yeah.
It kind of had like the platform sandals that are very traditionally like Japanese. So it's cool to see like the heritage coming through this game. It's very nice. I like it.
Well, the Hoenn region itself is kind of like an island. It's one of the islands of Japan. It's kind of like it's completely surrounded by water.
Oh.
Because it's not connected by it's not like connected to like the other game like Johto and Kento are.
Yeah.
But the Hoenn region is very like water themed, which is ironic because there's a ton of grass and
Well,
bug
hey,
types.
grass needs water to grow.
True.
So it's a very rich environment for grass. So it actually kind of makes sense that there's a lot of grass.
True. But moving on now, we get... Okay, so now we're getting back to new evolutions for previous Pokemon. We get Osmoril.
It's so cute.
So Osmoril is the baby form of Meryl, and
It's adorable. It's like one of the cutest Pokemon that's ever been designed.
I like it because it's like... So it's funny because you get Azurill, then you get Meryl, and then you get Azumarill.
Yeah.
I like it though because it's basically just a tiny Meryl.
Yeah, he's so cute. I love it.
It's a cool little design. Misty has one of these later on in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Because it basically replaces her Togepi.
Ah, well, Azurill is adorable. Love it.
The Polka Dot Pokemon. It also has a higher chance of being female than male, which is interesting.
Interesting.
And it's also been retroactively made a fairy type.
Huh. Also interesting.
Because I forgot Azurill was originally a normal type, not a water type yet.
Huh.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, now we get to one of my favorites.
I hate this thing.
Nose Pass.
Oh.
It's like a Moe statue.
Yeah.
Like from the Easter Island heads.
Yep.
But it's a rock.
I hate it. It looks like Grimace.
Yeah, so I always remember this guy because the first gym leader has one.
I hate it. It's horrible.
I never use one.
Me either.
I love how Nosepass's Japanese name is also Nosepass.
Yeah, but it's also the compass. Why is it the compass Pokemon? It should be the big ass nose Pokemon. That's what it should be called. Big ass nose Pokemon.
But following Nosepass, we get Skitty.
Skitty! I like Skitty. It's really cute.
It's a cat.
That's why I love it.
Mostly as a chance. It's mostly female.
And it's adorable.
I think May had one of these too, because it's
I
another
think
one
so.
that's. It's another one that you don't really use for combat. It's more of a contest Pokemon. In my opinion.
You can definitely see this was made for contests, as well as
And it
Azurill, like before.
And it evolves into Delicate,
Okay, that's
which
adorable.
is a more refined cat, the prim Pokemon.
I love that. Oh, these are so cute. I'm like remembering all these adorable Pokemon I forgot about.
There is a lot of them in this gen.
Yeah, I really like this one. Very cute.
But moving on from Delicate, so I don't really use that one ever because it's more of a contest Pokemon in my opinion.
Yeah.
But moving on, we also get Sableye. Or Sableye, or
I
whatever
like
it is.
this. I like this Pokemon. I don't know why. I just kind of like
It's
it.
a dark ghost Pokemon, which is interesting. I kind of like its Mega Evolution, which is the giant gem shield
Yeah.
thing it's got.
I really like this design. It's really cool.
You can find them very early in the game. I never use them just because he's not a particular, like, favorite of mine for a team standpoint.
No, yeah. I like him, though. It's pretty neat.
I might use... I'll look into it. Maybe I'll use them for a different run. At some
Yeah,
point.
I think I'm going to give him a shot, because I kind of like the dark ghost aspect.
And he's a non-evolution Pokemon, which is interesting, too, because I don't use a lot of those.
Yeah, me either.
But then moving on, we get Mawile.
Another non-evolution.
Yeah, it's interesting because it has two faces.
Yeah. I like its
Not
Mega
really-
Evolution.
Its Mega Evolution is interesting because the actual face is much less pronounced in that one, and you just see the two ponytail hair faces.
Yeah. I like it.
You know,
I like-
it reminds me. It kind of actually reminds me of like a priestess in a way.
Yeah, well, that's why it kind of has like the Hakama It
Yeah.
almost looks like it's wearing hakama. Um, which again, like another, you can really see the very like Japan elements, like the Japanese culture elements in a lot of these Pokemon. It's very interesting.
It's probably because I watch a lot of Inuyasha. I just noticed that right away, though.
No, yeah, I mean it's in a lot of animes, like the.
So interesting though is it's a steel fairy type.
Yeah, well, originally it was Steel, and it became Fairy in the Galarian.
Yeah.
Right? Because Galarian was the first round of Fairy, right? Or was it?
It was Gen 6.
Gen 6. Alright, whichever one it's
X and Y is when fairies are introduced.
Yeah.
But I find that interesting though because it's a steel type, but you wouldn't really think it's a steel type at first glance.
No, I would never think this was Steel.
It's not really something I use though, and also if we're talking about steel types, we'll be getting into the next Pokemon, which is one of my favorites, Aaron.
He's cool. I like him.
Aaron from a design standpoint. It's
He's-
a little rock turtle.
He's
Little
a
rock
little rock
turtle
turtle.
thing.
Iron armor Pokemon.
Steel rock.
I like his Japanese name. Kokodora.
Kokodora.
I like it.
But Aaron evolves into Larion, which is essentially a bigger, edgier. He actually reminds me of Bulbasaur a lot.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. He does remind me of Bulbasaur.
So I have an Aaron on my team in all playthroughs because you can get an Aaron very early in the game.
Oh, nice.
Larion's kind of the middle form, and then it evolves into Ogeron. I love Ogeron.
That's a cool design. I like that.
I love his Mega Evolution too.
Oh, he has a Mega? Let me see. Oh, I do like his Mega Evolution. I like that it's similar but different, you know.
It's like armored, sorta.
I like it.
So Steel. Well, interestingly though, the Mega version loses the rock.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting. So Aragon is interesting because Gen 3 is like the one gen I never seem to ever have a fire type in.
Yeah.
But Aragon can learn like Fire Blast and Thunder.
Oh, that's nice.
So I can like give him those two moves and like they act as my Fire and Thunder Pokemon.
Huh. That's
The only
nice.
downside is he's kind of slow, but
Yeah. But I like him. I think he's cool.
he's one of my personal favorites. He's always on my team. And then after that we get Meditite.
I hate this Pokemon.
Why?
Not its design. It's just like in Pearl, in its evolved form, they like threw its evolved form everywhere. Like I feel like I run into them all the time, and I'm like, I fucking hate this Pokemon. Like
I do like fighting Psychic though. That is an interesting combo.
No, I do like that combo, but I just hate how much it's in Pearl.
So Medicham, the second form.
Yeah, I hate its lips.
The Mega Evolution is interesting.
Oh, I actually really like the Mega Evolution. That's very cool.
I don't know what's different though. Like, what makes that one better though? Because they're kind of I guess it's the better upper half design.
Yeah, well, I think it's like it's very inspired by like Arabian.
Like dancers.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it just seems cool. It kind of looks like I don't know, like something. I'm not very knowledgeable in this, but like the chakra symbol, like some of it where it has like the multiple arms or something. That's what it reminds me of. I like it. I like the Mega Evolution a lot more than the regular.
Yeah, it's not an awful design. Not really something I ever used though.
No, I've never used this Pokemon.
I'm not a big Psychic user in this gen, anyways. But moving on from there, then we get Electrike.
Huh.
So, this is like this gen's kind of
Pikachu?
no, because there's a Pikachu clone later on.
Oh, yeah.
It's the generic kind of electric type that's there at your disposal.
Yeah.
So I will say I don't hate it, but so let's just say there is a Pokemon line from a future gen which is very similar to this Pokemon in my opinion that I prefer immensely.
Oh, okay.
That we'll get to in the next episode of this.
Yep.
Because even its like evolved form of Manectric
Yeah. No.
is just kind of eh.
It's very Conehead. I do like its Mega Evolution.
Yeah,
though.
its Mega's very edgy.
Yeah, I like its Mega Evolution, but I'm not a fan of its regular. It's
Yeah,
not my
I don't
favorite.
hate it. It's not a favorite. And then the electric types in this gen don't really do anything for me either.
Yeah.
But
I see
moving
what
on,
you
we
mean
get-
about the Pikachu clone.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do these two together because they go together. Plusle and Minun.
Yeah.
This gen's Pikachu clones, because every gen has Pikachu clones, because the previous gen had Meryl.
Mm-hmm.
And this gen has Plusle and Minun.
They're cute. They're very cute designs. You can
They're
definitely see they
cute,
were made
even
for
though-
the shows, for
Yeah.
the contests.
The thing about Plusle and Minun is they are two Pokemon that are like designed to work in pairs.
Oh.
And they're really honestly meant to work in like double battles, which were introduced, I believe, in this game.
Oh, okay.
The problem is though
There's only a certain amount of,
that and like the Pokemon themselves just aren't that useful.
yeah. No, definitely a contest Pokemon.
They're like the exact definition of a gimmick Pokemon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just not something I use ever.
Yeah.
But moving on, then we
I
get
skipped ahead and I hate it.
what, Volbeat?
I hate it. I hate how it's looking
What?
at me. I just
How
don't.
do you hate Volbeat? They're a great band. They're a great band.
No, I hate that Pokemon. I don't know the band, but I hate this Pokemon. It's horrible. I hate how it's looking at me. I'm skipping it because I don't want it to look at me.
You're skipping to its immediate other one.
I hate it. So I don't.
So this is like another like combo Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're both bug type. So
Oh,
okay,
they're
so
not the
this is
same.
interesting.
They're not evolved form. They're like a duo.
No. So here's the interesting thing. Volbeat is 100% male. Illuminized or whatever is 100% female.
Yeah.
They're basically kind of like Plusle and Minun. They're like a pair. I believe they work well together as well.
I hate them.
But at the same time, it's a bug type that I don't ever use.
I hate them. I especially hate Volbeat. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate how it looks at
How
me.
could you hate Volbeat? They're such a great band.
Shut up.
Alright. Now moving on. Here is one of my personal favorite Pokemon of all time.
Same. I love Roselia.
Although I will admit, a lot of that has to do with an evolved form that doesn't appear until later, until the next future gen.
I will say, but you gotta admit that design is beautiful.
Oh no, Roselia is a great grass type. The problem is though, I already have two of them on my team by this point.
No, yeah. See, I would definitely have I think I had a Roselia on my team during this game. But I picked Mudkip, so it worked out for me. But I love this design. It's so cute and it's so pretty.
So I will say I've done an all grass run.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, just for the hell of it to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of grass types in this gen. And Roselia was definitely on my team at one point. And I believe in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, obviously you have access to the evolved forms too.
I believe that's what happened when I played. I had the evolved form, which I absolutely adore. But I do love Roselia's design.
We'll get to the evolved forms later because they're not for a future. They're not until a future gen.
Yep.
But moving on, now we get Gulpin.
I hate it.
Gulpin is like the muck of this gen.
I hate it. I'd rather have Muck. Give me Muck.
Yeah.
I want the Muck.
I will say I prefer his evolved form, Swalot.
Oh, I hate it. I hate its lips. I hate its face.
Yeah, it's the poison bag Pokemon.
I hate it. Oh, I'd rather have Muck or the one that's literally garbage in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, not a particular common one I use.
No. I don't... Ugh.
But moving on now, we get Carvanha. Isn't that's a car company that gives the cars, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's like I don't. Well, it's not like it's like a car selling company or something, or like a. Well, look at your car and see how many accidents it's been. Your car.
No. That's car. That's the Carfax.
Well,
people.
no, I think it's one of. Well, it might.
No. Carvana's like the car vending machine.
Why the fuck are we talking about this?
Because they sponsored Jimmy Johnson in IndyCar. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And I
well,
watched too much
it's a
racing.
piranha. It's basically a piranha Pokemon.
So these are like the tentacles of this game. You will see them a lot.
But they're so much cooler looking.
They are, and they have they're water dark.
Yeah, I like it.
But okay. So here's another weird evolution chain. So essentially, the piranha evolves into a shark.
I like it though. Sharpedo is cool.
I like Sharpedo. I don't ever use them because I already have 2 designated water types for this gen.
I don't like its Mega Evolution. I think it's pretty lazy.
Yeah, the Mega Evolution is a little too busy.
Well, it's like busy but also lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all they did was just add yellow stripe everywhere.
Yeah, there's just too much going on there.
And extended its snouse.
Okay, the next one though is one I really want to talk about.
I fucking love this Pokemon.
Whalmer.
I fucking love it.
It's so happy.
It's a fucking whale. I love it.
Yep. And it evolves into Whalelord, which is one of the biggest fucking Pokemon in the entire series.
It's a freaking blimp, and I love him.
You know it can breed with Skitty?
Oh, ew. I hate that. I hate
that's
this Pokemon. Thanks a lot. You ruined this for me.
They have like an exceptionally high like breeding percentage.
Ew, that's fucked. Ew.
Whoever programmed that did that on purpose, I swear.
I hate them for doing that.
But it's literally a blimp.
It's a whale. It's a big ass whale.
What's funny though is Whalmer isn't that big, but then it evolves into fucking Whalelord.
Yeah.
One of the fucking biggest Pokemon in the entire series.
I mean,
although it's hard to tell via the actual in-game model or sprites.
I mean, it is a whale though, so it makes
the
sense.
float whale Pokemon, and its Japanese name is Walu.
I like it.
Well, anyways, moving on now, we get Numel.
I really like Numel. He's really cute.
He is cute, and he's one of the two fire types in this game.
He's really adorable. I really like him.
He is. The problem is, though, he's not my choice. If I'm going to pick a fire type in this game that's not
Blaziken?
Blaziken, unfortunately, it's also not Numel.
Aw. Well, Numel is pretty cute, though. If you need, a ground type.
And his name in Japan is Donmel.
Donmel.
The numb Pokemon.
I like its evolution, too. But I don't like its Mega... I don't like its Mega Evolution.
No, its Mega Evolution's a little busy. I don't get the skirt.
Yeah. It's too much.
Camerup's nice.
I like his. He's pretty cute. He's like
it's
a little volcano.
It's a good design. The thing is, though, Fire Ground not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Now, the next Pokemon though is my favorite fire type from this gen. Torkoal. I love Torkoal.
I love that he has smoke coming out of his nose. He's so cute.
It's a fire turtle.
He's really cute.
I love Torkoal.
There's a screenshot from the anime below it where he's just like, ah! And I really appreciate it. Like his mouth is just open.
That's Ash's Torkoal.
He's so cute. I love him.
Unfortunately, he's not an amazing fire type, but he's good enough, especially if you just need to have a fire type on your team.
Yeah.
I really like Torkoal, though. He's one of my favorites.
I like him.
He's just a fun Pokemon in general. Mm. But following up after Torkoal, we get Spoink.
It's stupid looking.
It's a pig with a ball in its head and a spring.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
dumb.
it's a psychic type.
I'm not a fan.
But it evolves into Grumpig.
I hate that. It's horrible.
You don't like Grumpig?
No, it's butt ugly. It's fucking gross. It's like a bat pig rat combo, and I hate it. Ugh. Do you like it?
I never use one.
Exactly.
I never see like Grumpig in the. Oh, I like his name. His Japanese name is Boopig.
Should be pooping.
The manipulate Pokemon. I never use one though.
I never either.
But moving on, we get Spinda.
Spinda. This is definitely a what's it called? A contest Pokemon.
It looks like an Earthbound enemy.
Huh.
I don't know why.
The eyes, maybe?
I don't know. It's the posture does it for me. I don't know. I never used this thing. You see them all over the place in the game, though, because a lot of trainers have them for whatever reason.
Yeah, I've never used this one either.
No. But its immediate follow-up, Trapinch.
Trapinch.
I love Trapinch.
He's like... He's cute.
Well, it's not so much Trapinch I love. I like Trapinch from a design, even though his face is derpy.
I know why you like Trapinch.
Yes. So, he's a ground type initially, but he evolves into Vibrava.
Yes.
Which is the middle form of this evolution line, which is a ground dragon type.
I didn't realize the middle went to dragon as well. I thought it was just the final went to dragon.
No, it starts dragon at the middle point, and then his final form, which is one of my favorites of all time, is Flygon. And Flygon is my absolute favorite dragon type of all time.
He's also not flying, even though fly is in the name.
Well, he can use fly, so it's all that matters.
Yeah, no.
Which is funny, because my final team in Pokemon Gen 3 a lot of the times has 2 grass types and 2 flying types, because 2 flying Pokemon, because I have Flygon and I have usually Swallow on my team at this point.
I like Flygon.
Flygon's a really fun Pokemon though. From
I like that
standpoint.
He's the mystic Pokemon too. That's
and he's so much less of a pain in the ass to get than the later Dragon type we'll get to later in this game.
Yep.
Then his design is fun. He's like a cutesy little like dragon.
He is very fun. I like his design.
He is. I just like dragons in general, but his is one of my favorites. But anyways, following Flygon, we get Cacnea, another grass type, and there is a shitload of grass types. There really is. I always remember Cacnea because James had one and it would always hug him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But I remember Cacnea. I remember more for its evolved form, Cacturn.
Oh yeah, same here.
And I always remember Cacturn because there was the guy in the anime who cosplayed as one. With the purple hair. I always remember that guy. Because it was like May's rival for whatever reason. One of May's rivals.
Yep.
In the contest scene. I do like Cacturn though. He looks a lot like the Final Fantasy like cactus enemies that you see a lot.
That's funny. He's also the Scarecrow Pokemon, I guess.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
I use him maybe. Yeah, I used one when I did that all grass run. That's what I did.
I like it. He's not bad.
He's grass dark too, which is nice.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on from that, then we get Swablu.
He's cute.
Another flying type.
He's a cute little birdie.
He is. I massively prefer his evolved form, Altaria.
Yes.
Which is a dragon flying type.
And its Mega Evolution is Dragon Fairy.
Which is hilarious because those two types counteract each other. But
that must be great against dragon types then. Because it's like you already got the dragon buff and then you add fairy and it's like, shit.
I like Altaria though.
I like that. He's just like a big old cloud bird. He's so fun.
I hate the flying type gym in Gen 3 though because grass types are neutered against flying types and this gen always like I run it out. I'm like shit. That gen was brutal on my all grass run playthrough. I will say.
I'm sure it was.
But anyways, moving on. Zangoose.
I do not remember this Pokemon. I didn't realize this was a Pokemon.
So I only ever remember this Pokemon because it's tied into the next Pokemon because they're apparently bitter rivals.
Oh.
It's the cat ferret Pokemon. It's another normal type, which is why I don't use it.
Yep.
But apparently, lore-wise, it has a rivalry with its next Pokemon, Seviper.
Didn't Jesse have one of those?
So Jesse had a Seviper, and initially, when I was a kid, before I really figured it out, I thought Seviper was like the third evolution to Arbok.
Oh my!
And like Ekans.
Honestly, I probably did the same. I probably thought the same thing as you.
Well, also because Jesse had one.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, but that I didn't realize because I had missed because anime wasn't always played in order back in the day.
Yeah.
I missed the episode where Jesse and James have to release. They release Weezing and Arbok to like protect like a bunch of coughing and Ekans. Like it's actually a really sad episode in the series, especially because those were like their first Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets a Seviper in later on in the series. But as a kid, I always thought Seviper was like an evolved form of Arbok, so because the purple and it's a snake.
I totally see that.
But yeah, I guess Seviper has like an eternal rivalry with like Zangoose for whatever reason.
Huh. Interesting, I guess.
I like the design though. Like I like the snake Pokemon. They always have cool designs.
Yeah, snake Pokemon do have cool designs.
But moving on from Seviper, we get Lunatone, which is this. So we'll combine. We'll talk about both of them because they go together. We have Lunatone and we have Solrock.
Seems to be like a trend with this.
Well, you got to remember, double battles were a big thing in Gen 3.
Yeah.
So they're both rock psychic types, and I always remember them because they were the preferred Pokemon of the double gym leaders in this game.
Huh.
I mean, I'm sure they're used. Yeah, they're yeah. They don't evolve, and they're kind of specific.
Yeah.
And I feel like they work the best in pairs.
Mm.
I mean, from a design standpoint, I like the whole Sun and Moon thing.
Yeah, no, the Sun and Moon thing is cool, but definitely I wouldn't choose these Pokemon.
Yeah, they're not something I'd use ever.
Yeah.
But following up from that, then we get Barboach. Barboach?
A whisker Pokemon.
It's another water
Barboach.
ground type.
Yeah.
I never use it.
Nope, me either. Every time I see it, I think it should be electric too.
Now, I do remember its follow-up, though, Wishcash.
Yep.
I don't hate Wishcash. It's another water type I'll never use because I have a preferred water type in this gen.
Yeah, no, same here. I'd much rather choose the big old whale.
Yeah. But following Wishcash, then we get Corphish.
Corphish.
I like Corphish.
I like Corphish too. I like his evolved form also.
Crawdont.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. They're basically this gen's incarnate version of like Krabby.
Yeah, but much better.
I like Kingler, but
I prefer Crawdont.
I like Crawdont because he's a water dark type. Personally,
I like his little star on his head.
Yeah,
he's cool.
Then after him we get Baltoy. It's a psychic ground type made of clay.
I hate it. I hate it.
It evolves into clay doll.
I don't like these ones. There's a lot of ones I don't like in this gen.
Yeah, I never use this guy either.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know why. I just don't like it. It gives me the heebie-jeebies for some reason.
It's a little goofy looking too.
Yeah, not a fan.
Then after that we get...
Oh, it also doesn't have a gender.
That is true. Okay, so now we're at the ancient Pokemon. So this is Lileep.
I don't like that.
It's an ancient flower. Grass rock.
Oh.
Mostly male.
I guess that's interesting.
It's one of the two fossils, and then it evolves into Cradily.
I like its evolved form better.
It's an angry flower.
Yeah. It's like grrr.
I think I did use this in my grass round because it's grass type.
I like its Japanese name better. Urinal.
Yurd.
Urinal.
The barnacle Pokemon. Barnacles.
I didn't love its first round, but I like its second round better.
Yeah. And then the other Pokemon from this one was Anorith.
I just gotta make a comment that this looks like a thing you'd make in, like, Spore.
It does. So
because of the eyes.
What's funny is I thought the eyes were the red part, but no, the eyes are actually the doofy looking things on the side.
Yeah, which is why it reminds me of Spore.
It's like a trilopod, I think, or something like that.
Alright, its evolved form, though, is pretty sick.
Yeah, Armaldo. I love Armaldo.
Armaldo's pretty sick.
Also, the eyes aren't the red things, they're also on the side.
Yeah, not as doofy.
I like Armaldo.
If I ever play this series, I'm going to get an Armaldo, because I really like this design.
Well, you have Omega Ruby somewhere. So.
Yeah, I'll replay it at some point. I like it a lot.
But I like Armaldo. He's usually my pick for the two fossils. And now we move on to... So, Feebas. Feebas is literally the Magikarp of this gen.
Yeah.
Only, rather than evolving into a Gyarados, it evolves into a Milotic.
Milotic is such a pretty Pokemon.
It is, and it was specifically for, like, contests, I swear.
It's so pretty.
Well, what's interesting about Milotic is the way Milotic evolves is you need to level it up with its beautiful condition high enough. Or from Gen 5 on, it's when you trade it with a Prism Scale.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess was a simplification because I don't think Gen 5 had contests, so it wouldn't have really worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Pokemon was completely designed for contests.
It's very pretty. Very pretty Pokemon.
It is. It's also one of the many times that Jesse and James got duped in the Pokemon series. Because they got traded a quote-unquote Milotic, Feebas.
Yep.
And then they put it in the water, and immediately the paint started coming off, and it was a Magikarp.
I mean, but Gyarados is pretty sick, too. And much easier to evolve.
Yeah.
So, I think it might have been a win for them.
Well, no, because they immediately got rid of it.
Oh, well, fuck them.
And now, next we get one of the weirdest Pokemon in the game, but also interesting. It's Cast Form. So, it is a normal type initially, but it has different forms depending on...
The weather.
So you have the sunny form, the rainy form, and the snowy form, which are fire, water, and ice, respectively. I feel like
I don't like that it looks like it has boobs in the normal version.
I think those are supposed to be its hands, maybe, or I don't know.
But I'm sorry, but look at that. That looks like boobs.
That's nice.
It does. It's not like the other one where there's like multiple. That one just has two, and it's like right under its face, so it just looks like it has boobs. Like it's literally a head with boobs.
You get one of these for free after you finish the weather station.
It went right to storage. Him and his boobs.
Not something I ever use. Cool idea, not really practical. It's kind of like a Ditto, but not as free.
You know what's funny though? It's like I'm scrolling through the pictures, and even in like the normal drawings of it, it still just looks like boobs.
Well, that's your problem.
It's an unfortunate design choice.
Well, moving on, now we get Glaceon.
Oh.
It's a chameleon.
I prefer the gecko. I'd rather have some Geico insurance, please. Thank you.
So it doesn't evolve. I always catch one, though, like, because you always get, like, you only have a limited amount of opportunities to catch one of these, so I always just catch one of them. It's a normal type, though, so I never use it.
Yeah. At least it's not grass.
But, following that, we get, Shuppet.
Shuppet.
I like Shuppet's design.
Yeah.
It's a ghost type. I like ghost types.
Ghosts are fun.
And it evolves into Banette, which is one of the most useful ghost types in the series.
Huh. I like Banette.
Yeah, I do. And I like Banette's Mega Evolution.
I really like his Mega Evolution. You know what's funny though is like he reminds me of a JoJo's character. Because there's a
Kinda
JoJo.
does.
No, there's a JoJo's character whose stand is literally zippers. So it reminds me of that. So I like this Pokemon a lot more now.
But after that, then we get another ghost type, Duskull. It's just a ghost with a skull for a face.
He looks like a grandpa. Like he's like, my back hurts. That's all I picture.
But he evolves into Duskops.
Huh. A mummy.
Yeah. It's another... See, if I'm going to use a ghost type, I'm going to use Banette.
Yeah. I just remember in the Galarian game, there's one that follows you in, like, that, zone where they follow you around. And I always am like, get away from me.
And then after that, we get Tropius.
Tropius is cool.
It's basically a giant tree giraffe.
With bananas. He has bananas.
I always remember because in the anime there's an episode where Ash's Sceptile falls in love with a Meganium, and the Meganium instead falls in love with a Tropius and completely rejects Ash's Sceptile, and it ends up getting heartbroken. And he can't do shit for like 3 episodes because he's heartbroken. It's a really weird turn of episodes.
Yeah. I like Tropius though. He's the fruit Pokemon, and he has bananas.
Yeah. Grass flying too is an interesting combo because those are opposites. Then moving on, we get Chimecho.
Huh. Or Chimecho.
Yeah. I never use it.
Whatever it is. I never have either.
James had one in the Pokemon.
It's a wind chime. But a Pokemon.
Yeah. I never used it.
Me neither.
It has another form that gets introduced in a later gen, though, so we'll get back to it at some point. And then following that, we get Absol, another dark type, which I like.
I love its Mega Evolution.
It does. It doesn't evolve, though, and usually if I'm using a dark type, I already have my Mightyena by this point.
But
it's cool. Cool design, though. I like that with the one side. It's kind of like a yin-yang symbol, actually, now that I look at it.
Yeah, no, it kind of is. It's pretty neat. I like it.
And then after that, we get another pre-evolution. We get Wynot, which is the pre-evolution of Wobbuffet.
I don't like the thing on his head.
I like how Wobbuffet literally has all these extra protrusions, and then it loses them as it evolves.
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy looking, I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Much like many of them, this...
Yeah. And I never use Wobbuffet anyways, so... But yeah. So then after that, then we get Snorunt.
So, I like Snorunt. I've used
Snorunt's
it
a cool design.
For one... I don't know if its evolved form is in the... No. So, the evolved form that I use for Snorunt isn't in this game. But it's added later on, and I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, but so Snorunt evolves in this gen into... So similar to like Gardevoir, there's an alternate evolution that it can get in another gen. But his evolution in this game is Glalie, I think.
Glalie, I have no idea. I hate its Mega Evolution.
Yeah, the Mega Evolution's a bit much. I do like the actual Pokemon, though.
Yeah, the actual Pokemon is cool, but I hate its Mega Evolution.
He's an angry ice rock with spikes.
Yeah, and its Mega Evolution is cursed.
Yeah, it's not great. But then after that, we get another water type. Water ice type, actually.
He's so cute.
Spheal.
He's adorable.
He is. I never use him, though.
I never use him either, but he is freaking cute.
See, the problem with these games are they just have so many water types that you just, like, once you find one you like, you never need any of the other ones.
Yeah, and I feel like Gyarados stays in every single game, too, so...
It's funny, because his evolutions are interesting, because he gets, like, progressively, like, an older seal.
Aww.
Like, there's Celio, who's, like, the ball roll Pokemon.
He kind of looks like Dr. Eggman.
He does. And then his final form, he's just a straight up angry Tusk Seal.
Oh wow, I like his final form though too. I like this one.
Walrein.
It's a walrus.
Ice Water's fun too.
I like Ice Water. I really like this Pokemon. I kind of forgot about it, but I really like it. It's a good Pokemon evolution.
And then after that we get Clamperl.
Oh, it's a clam with a pearl.
So it's like Cloyster, but with like a much less unfortunate design.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I never use it, but hey,
me
it's
either.
there.
It is.
And it evolves. So odd evolution though. It evolves into Huntail.
Wait, it does?
Yes.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, that one definitely is a weird one.
I never use it.
No, me either. But it's there. I hate this design. The next one.
Oh well, yeah. So it actually it's one of those things that it has two evolutions.
Oh,
This is the other evolution.
huh.
The Glorbus.
See, I feel like this should have been one where it had like the male one and the lady one. Because this one clearly is very ladylike, but they didn't do that.
So what it is it depends on what your. So there's the deep sea tooth and then there's the deep sea scale, and depending on which item you give it when it evolves, you get either of the forms.
Well, I guess that makes sense because the tooth and the scale with the like more mermaid-like one. So that makes sense.
Either way, another water type I just don't use.
Yeah. Same.
And then we get another water type.
Oh wow. But it's also a rock.
Relincanth.
Huh.
This looks like it should be a fossil Pokemon.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does look more like a fossil. It looks old, but I guess that's why it's the longevity Pokemon.
And then following it, it's another water type.
It's a heart.
Loved it. It's literally a heart.
Yeah, that's about it. Like, there's really nothing else to say. I
it's
do like
mostly
its
female too.
I like its Japanese name of Lovecus. Lovecus.
Lovecus.
Lovecus.
Alright, and then following this, now we get the pseudo-legendary for the game.
I hate it.
Every gen has the pseudo-legendary, and it's Bagon.
I hate its fucking arms.
Yeah, the arms are a little goofy. The mullet kind of bothers me a little.
Everything is bad about this design.
Well, he evolves into Shelgon, which is the middle form.
That's also bad looking. Oh, okay.
Cocoon.
Alright, but its final form is sick.
Salamence.
Salamence is sick.
Although Mega Salamence is stupid looking.
Yeah, it looks like it's like I'm a spaceship now.
Yeah, it's not great.
I do enjoy Salamence
so
is adorable.
I like Salamence, but getting a Bagon to evolve into a Salamence is a pain in the ass. And I don't care to do it. Cause you have to go to this like really out of the way room in a dungeon to find one.
Huh.
I don't care to ever do it, so I never do, and I always get Flygon because of that.
Huh. Understandable.
Then Flygon is a dragon ground type, which is nice.
Flygon's adorable, so 10 out of 10.
And then moving on, we get Beldum.
You know what's funny? I'm watching a playthrough of Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door, and there's a character named Beldum. So that's all I thought of. They look nothing alike, but it's in my head.
What an odd segue.
Yeah, it popped in my head. I had to share. It's one of the witches in that game.
Yeah. So Beldum is another like I guess you could say pseudo. It's not really pseudo legendary, but it's like a higher Pokemon you find. It's a Steel Psychic, and it evolves into Metang.
I like Metang,
which is essentially it's like two of them combined, in a sense.
Yeah, kind of.
I think that's actually part of the lore.
Oh, okay. Where it's like we combined. Oh, I love its final.
Yeah, and its final is Metagross. I've used a Metagross before. It's not one of my favorites, but I have used one.
Metagross is pretty sick.
I'm not a fan of Mega Metagross, though.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like a Transformer.
Yeah.
Also, the spike is in an odd placement.
Yeah, a little.
They really
okay, now,
put things in unfortunate places.
they don't think over there. Or maybe they do and they're just not expecting us to catch it.
They
I
just
don't
care. Oh, I remember these, the Reggie series.
Okay, so now we're into the legendaries. We have the... So I guess these are what you'd say are the birds, or the dogs for this gen.
They're all named Reggie.
The Reggies.
Yeah.
Which is funny because there's a further Reggie that you get in like later games. But so Reggie Rock, it's a rock golem looking
Yeah,
thing.
I was gonna say it's a golem.
I like the design. So I like that they all have similar designs.
I do like
to each
that.
other. So we got Reggie Rock, he's a rock type, essentially.
Yep.
Then you get Reggie Ice, who is... I like how it's the same exact Pokemon, but he's made of ice.
Yeah. I like Reggie.
And he's an ice type.
Reggie Ice, he's pretty cool.
And then you get Reggie Steel, who is the same thing, but steel.
Reggie Steel is my least favorite out of the three.
Yeah, he's a bit more generic.
Yeah.
I like all three of them, though, just from design standpoint.
I'd say Reggie Rock is my favorite.
Yeah.
Of the three.
And I like how they're different from the legendary dogs and the legendary birds.
Yeah. I like that they tried something completely new.
And then following that, we get Latios and Latios. And I swear, they both also have Mega Evolutions, which make them like look similar to each other, which is odd.
Yeah. But they're both purple.
But I always remember because they got introduced in a film before their gen, which was a little weird.
Yep.
Because they were in Pokemon Heroes.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't like these ones. They're one of my least favorite legendaries. It's not a fan. It's like, meh. Also because the final legendaries are so much better.
Well, yeah, Kyogre, the water. So he was the legendary from Sapphire version.
Yeah. I like the primal Kyogre too.
Yeah, the primal designs are cool. Well, I like them because they don't look super different, but they have like the cool like
coloring and stuff.
I
really like these ones. These legendaries are pretty sick.
So there's Kyogre and there's Groudon.
I had a Groudon. I freaking loved him. He's sick.
I see Groudon. I always remember that in Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker in the movie, there was the like weird like clone Groudon they tried to make that was like this fucked up, like disaster like doomsday thing that they made that was like really weird.
Yeah.
I always remember that. Groudon's really cool though.
Groudon's sick.
My favorite of the three though, obviously because I have a bias towards Emerald, was Jirachi. Not Jirachi. Rayquaza.
I was like Jirachi. Like who the fuck?
We'll get to Jirachi in a second.
I freaking love Rayquaza too. I forgot about him. He is sick. Rayquaza's sick.
I won't lie though, Mega Rayquaza's a little too busy for my tastes.
Oh, see, I like Mega Rayquaza.
That's fine. I prefer the original. I think the Mega's a little too busy.
No, I prefer the original too, but I like the little dingle dangles, like the little. I just think it's.
Well, when I think Rayquaza too, I always think the boss fight in Smash Brothers Brawl for no reason.
Why not?
He's a fun character though. I like too because he's like he balances out the other two.
Okay, but wait, like so the Mega Rayquaza. Look at there's an anime screenshot where it's like him in the dark, but his dingle dangles are like glowing. That's pretty cool looking. You gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
That's interesting, I will say.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite a fan, but.
Oh yeah, no. That's fine.
But then moving on, we get Jirachi, who had a whole movie.
Huh.
I don't ever use him.
Yeah, it looks like he has a pouch.
That's an eye.
Maybe on his stomach?
Yeah, it opens. It makes sense in the anime. Well, the anime used it too.
I would prefer it to be a pouch, and then he could store like cookies in it or something.
No, it's an eye. It has something to do with how he wishes or something. I don't know.
Oh, like a third eye.
Yeah. So Jirachi had his own film in the for the Diamond and Pearl movie. I'm not Diamond and Pearl. The Ruby and Sapphire films.
And I'm assuming it also went along with the next one.
Yeah, and then Deoxys, who also had a film And I believe both of these Pokemon were like mystery gift Pokemon that you could only get through like the mystery gift events.
Okay, Deoxys reminds me of the Digimon movie where it was like the computer virus.
Yeah, the Digimon the movie.
I gotta look that up. Digimon the movie.
No, you're gonna find the Angela Anaconda thing.
The movie. I don't want that. I just want to see the pictures of it.
But you're gonna find the Angela Anaconda thing because that's all anyone thinks of when they think of that movie.
No, I want the like villain thing. I'm like trying to find the villain thing. The villain thing. The villain.
I know what you're talking about. Deoxys is cool. I like how he has the different forms. Like the attack, defense, and speed forms.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
I could never do the mystery event though because back in the day doing mystery gifts was a pain in the ass and was kind of hard if you were, especially if you were a kid.
Yeah.
And your parents didn't really understand video games that much.
So they couldn't help you.
Yeah.
Deoxys is cool, but it definitely reminds me of that Digimon movie.
Yeah, and
that's
the final one for Gen 3. Gen 3, I forgot how big it was.
I forgot how many grass and water type there were.
Yeah, but then you also realize there's only 3 fire types in the game.
That's pretty disappointing.
And if you didn't pick the starter, you only have 2.
Oh, wow. Shit.
That's nuts.
That's really unfortunate. Well, maybe there was like, what, was there like, did they reuse Pokemon at all? Or like...
I'd have to replay the game.
Because I wasn't sure if there was like the Horsia, or not Horsia, Ponyta, or something.
There might have been. I'd have to replay because I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
mostly because my party is basically all Gen 3 Pokemon, minus if I'm playing Ruby version and I can't get a Lotad, I'll probably have a Gyarados on my team.
Yep.
Just because.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not as bad as Gen 4 because Gen 4 had a ton of old Gen Pokemon in it. From what I remember. But yeah, so that's Gen 3 so far.
Yeah.
And yeah, this gen took a lot longer than I was expecting.
Oh
too.
yeah, it definitely.
There was a lot. So people gave the gens a lot of shit for like banking off of nostalgia. Honestly, Gen 3 was mostly original from what I remember.
No, yeah. I mean,
there's a ton of original Pokemon in this gen.
There was. I like Gen 3. You know, I think there was a lot of good ones. There's a lot of doofy ones.
So I get why there's mostly water and grass type because it's a mostly water region as it is, and it's a grass, like the grass and water makes sense.
Yeah.
It is still a little weird. There's that few fire types, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey, can't. Womp womp.
I mean, you get Torkoal and you got Blaziken, so 2 of them are really good as it is. And I mean, hey, Alex like the other one. He's not bad.
The little camel guy, he's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, so our next incarnation of this will be doing Gen 4, the Sinnoh region, at some point in the future. But until then, guys. Thank you once again for listening to us on the Gaming Collecting Podcast. The Gaming Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify, and we are made on Anchor Podcast. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, along with on Good Pods, and the episodes usually come out on YouTube. Usually some point after. It all depends on when I can get around to it. Making videos takes time.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, guys, thanks again for joining us, and we will see you all next time.
See you later, alligator.
Yep. We'll see you all later.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.